Hi students, welcome to Karthik Chemistry channel. In today's class, I am going to explain you some bits in atomic structure chapter. These bits are useful for 6th to 10th class students and those students who want to write PolySet examination also. In lecture 1, I discussed some bits. Now it is the lecture 2. Okay students. So the first bit is, how does an element with atomic number 11 form a stable charged ion? Okay, so atomic number 11 means sodium. What is that element? Sodium. So how sodium is stable? In elemental form, all the elements are not stable. Okay, except noble gases, remaining all elements are unstable in its elemental form. So the elements are stable either by losing electrons or by gaining electrons. Okay, so either by losing or by gaining of electrons, all the elements are stable except noble gases. Okay, here what is the question? So how does an element with atomic number 11, so 11 means sodium, how it gets stability? Okay, so how many electrons it has to lose or how many electrons it has to gain? So sodium atomic number is 11, so it has to lose one electron. Okay, so for getting stability it has to lose one electron. So by losing one electron it exists as Na plus. That means by losing one electron it is having 10 electrons. Okay, so Na plus, by losing 1 electrons, 11 minus 1, it attains 10 electrons. So Na plus is stable by getting neon electronic configuration. Okay, so by attaining neon electronic configuration, sodium element is stable, Na is stable. That means, so what is the answer here? By losing 1 electron, Na, sodium is stable as Na plus. Okay, so the correct answer is A. So and then second bit is, find the ratio of electrons to protons present in the stable ion of potassium. Okay, students, so find the ratio of electrons to protons. What is the ratio? Here they are asking electrons to protons. Okay, so potassium, what is the atomic number of potassium? So K, potassium is indicated with K, so the atomic number is 19. So what is the stable form here? What is the stable form of sodium? So potassium, so sodium, potassium, lithium, sodium, potassium, rubidium, cesium, francium, these all are belongs to first group. Okay, first A group. So sodium, potassium, rubidium, cesium, francium, lithium, because these all elements belongs to first group, so these all elements should lose one electron. Okay, for getting stability these all elements should lose one electron. Okay, that is why, so these all exist as Li plus, Na plus, K plus, like that. These all are stable by +1 oxidation state. Okay, so here the bit is, what is the ratio of electrons to protons present in the stable ion of potassium? Okay, for stable ion of potassium, what is the stable ion of potassium? K plus. Okay, K plus means how many electrons? How many electrons are there? 18 electrons, because it is stable by getting argon electronic configuration. So the atomic number of potassium is 19. By losing one electron, for getting stability it has to lose one electron. So the total number of electrons after losing one electron is 18. Okay, so what are the number of protons here? The number of protons present in potassium is 19. So what is the ratio of electrons to protons? Electrons are 18 and protons are 19. Okay, in the stable ion of potassium, what is the stable ion of potassium? K plus. So in this K plus means the number of electrons are 18 and the number of protons are 19. Okay, number of protons means atomic number of potassium. The atomic number of potassium is 19. Okay, protons number is always constant. So protons number means the atomic number. Okay, the atomic number and proton are equal. So here the atomic number of potassium is 19. So the number of protons are 19. In the stable form of potassium K plus ion, the number of electrons are 18. That is why the ratio is 18:19. So the correct answer is B. And then what is the third bit? Identify the electronic configuration of manganese. Okay, manganese. So what is the atomic number of manganese? Manganese atomic number is 25. Okay, what is the electronic configuration? 1s2, 2s2, 2p6, 3s2, 3p6, 3d5, 4s2. It is the electronic configuration of manganese. Okay, so argon 3d5 4s2 is the electronic configuration of manganese. Okay, so n equal to 1 shell, 2 electrons. Okay, 2s2, 2p6, n equal to 2 shell, 8 electrons. So and then n equal to 3 shell, how many electrons? So see here. Okay, so argon configuration, so 2 8 8 and then 5 and 2, so totally it is 7 electrons. So here the correct option is 2887. Okay, 2887. So 288 is the argon electronic configuration, 18 and then 7. Okay, so 18 plus 7 equal to 25. It is the electronic configuration of manganese. Okay students, so it is the correct answer. And then the fourth bit, the atoms of the same element may differ in number of. The atoms of the same element, means isotopes. Okay, 1h1, 1h2, 1h3, these are the isotopes of hydrogen. C612, C613, carbon 612, carbon 613. Okay, so these are the isotopes having same atomic number but different mass numbers. Having same atomic numbers, these are atomic numbers, and these are mass numbers. Isotopes means atoms having same atomic numbers but different mass numbers. Okay, so in this, so what is the question here? The atoms of the same element may differ in number of neutrons. Okay, so mass number minus atomic number, mass number minus atomic number is neutrons. Okay, so 12 minus 6, 13 minus 6, 1 minus 1, 2 minus 1, 3 minus 1. So these all are same atoms, but neutrons number is different. Okay, atomic number is same, so the number of protons are same, the number of electrons are same, but the number of neutrons are different. Okay, so the correct answer is neutrons. So it is the correct option. And then fifth bit, the region of space around the nucleus where the probability of finding electron is called. Okay, so it is the definition of orbital. Orbit means electron revolving path. Orbital means, so the region of space around the nucleus. Okay, the space around the nucleus, so it is called orbital, where the The space around the nucleus where the maximum electron density is found is called orbital. So the correct option is orbital. Okay. And then shape of px orbital is, so what is the shape of p orbital? So spherical, s orbital shape is spherical. Okay, double dumbbell means d orbital, it is s orbital shape. Dumbbell p orbital, double dumbbell d orbital. Okay, so dumbbell is the correct answer. Dumbbell shape, the orbital p orbital shape is dumbbell. Size and energy of the orbit is given by, okay, so principal quantum number. So here the correct answer is principal quantum number, because the significance of principal quantum number is size and energy. Okay, size and energy, it is the significance of principal quantum number. Azimuthal quantum number means that signifies shape of the orbital. Magnetic quantum number, orientation of spin, orientation of space. Okay, orientation. And then spin quantum number means spin. Okay, so spinning of the nucleus. So here the correct answer is principal quantum number. So, and then the energy of the different orbital can be calculated on the basis of n value, n plus l value, n minus l value, and then n plus 2l value. The correct answer is, according to Aufbau's rule, the energy of the different orbital can be calculated on the basis of n plus l value. Okay, here the correct answer is n plus l value. And then ninth bit, which of the following rule is required to write the electronic configuration of the element? Okay, for writing the electronic configuration of different elements, so these three rules are needed, these three principles are needed. Okay, Pauli's rule, Hund's rule, Aufbau's rule. Okay, Pauli's rule means, so what is the significance of Pauli's rule? So it is exclusive for orbital occupancy. Pauli's rule is exclusive for orbital occupancy. So according to Pauli's rule, in an orbital, so only 2 electrons should be placed. Okay, so and then Hund's rule. So Hund's rule tells filling of orbitals in degenerate orbitals. Okay, in same energy level orbitals means degenerate orbitals are called same energy level orbitals. Okay, so in degenerate orbitals, the electrons should be filled in parallel direction first, and then pairing of electrons takes place. Okay, first parallel direction and then pairing. So that is Hund's rule. Okay, Aufbau's rule means, so while filling the electrons in orbitals, different orbitals, so the lowest energy level should be filled first, and then higher energy level, that is the n plus l rule. Okay, it is Aufbau principle. So 1s, 2s, 2p, 3s, 3p, these are different energy levels. So first we should fill 1s, and then 2s, and then 2p, and then 3s, and then 3p. So the electrons in orbitals are filled in lowest energy level first, and then higher energy level. Okay, so these are the three principles applicable for writing the electronic configuration. Okay, while filling the electronic configuration or while writing the electronic configuration, we need these three principles. So the correct answer is all the above. Okay, by following the Pauli's rule, Hund's rule, and Aufbau's rule only, we can write electronic configuration of different elements. Okay students, then the 10th bit is, which of the following has highest energy? Okay, so options are px, py, pz, and all the above. So here all are equal. Okay, all are equal. So px, py, pz, all is the correct answer, because these are px, py, pz are degenerate orbitals. Okay, so in p orbital, px, py, pz, these three are degenerate orbitals. Degenerate orbitals means equal energy level orbitals. These three are equal energy level orbitals. Okay, so here the correct answer is all. Okay, so okay students, these are the bits in lecture 2. In the next class I can explain you another some bits. Okay, so keep following my channel. Thank you students, thank you for watching. So and subscribe my channel. Okay, thank you.